Okay, Les, I just want to thank you for coming out to be a part of this new program, Reach One to Teach One.
You're welcome.
I greatly appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 40 years old. I worked with United for about 20 years. Hired back in 1992. Married. I got one child, one kid. He's 11 years old now. I'm the store director at United 521 Iowa Park Road store, and I just recently got that job. But I've worked at every United here in Wichita Falls and in Burnett, so been with them for a long time. So
Okay. I know there's been several times. The reason why I really asked one of the leaders from United to come, because there's been several times that I walk into that store, and I see you guys acting professional, looking professional at all times. And I asked one of your employees about 6 or 7 months ago, are these leaders like this all the time? And the question is yes. So not knowing that I was going to have part of this program, Reach One to Teach One, you guys always came to my heart for as being part of something positive. So I greatly appreciate that. So today, my question for you is, as a leader, how do you keep unity with the diversity team? How do you keep everyone together when you have so many different cultures in one house?
yeah, it's a good question. It's a tough question. It doesn't come without a lot of work.
Okay.
On the management team, just the team members all together and stuff. But United's always taught us, for as long as I've known, in one way or the other, morals and doing things the right way, treating people right, doing things the right way. That's what they've really always based their business motto over. Is right now, what they've been talking about for the past probably 10 years would be Texas hospitality. We all do come from a different, diverse cultures and that type of stuff, but there's one thing that we all have in common. We're all Americans. We're all Texans, basically, is what they're saying. So we know how to treat people right. We know what to do. When somebody walks into our house, we're going to say hello. We're going to greet them. We're going to do what's right. We're going to take care of them. And that's what we want to. That's what we want to do as a business. We don't want to treat our guests as guests. Not that's our word we use to afford as guests. It's kind of hard to get away with. We don't want to look at them as customers.
Right.
We always think of they're our guests. They're coming into our house. Now we're going to treat them a certain way. Now how we get there is a different story. It's like I said, it does take a lot of work, and we try to look for those team members out there that they're already ready to do that type of stuff.
Okay.
So we do try to look for the cream of the crop, as they coin phrase it. We just try to get the best people, which you can't hardly ever do that anymore. The past probably 10 years of generation, I've seen change so much over the years. It gets harder and harder to find those people that want to work.
Yes.
They want to work. You don't just find anybody that comes in here and work that wants to work for a small paycheck. They want to get the biggest paycheck for not doing that much work. So we got to go back over, and that's something that I've always made me a good leader, is the time that I invest in people.
Yes.
And a lot of our great leaders have always talked about, and I'm not talking about just United, United States for presidents and a lot of our great speakers, that's what they talk about. They talk about invest your time in people.
Yes.
And it makes a lot of difference. But like I said, this last generation is kind of where I've kind of committed myself to spending a lot more time, because a lot of people come in and like I said, they don't want to do the work. They expect something before you even give them a paycheck. It's like, no guys, you got to do this, you got to do this, and you got to do things the way we want you to do it. Then you get paid, then you get the raises, then you get moved up.
Yes.
That's how things go. So did I actually answer your question about diversity?
Yes, about diversity. That's how you bring them together.
Yeah.
How you bring the team together. Like you said, it takes time and effort and understanding that we all come from different places, different time frame. And my next question to you is, what type of advice would you give to your audience? Now that the spotlight's on you, what would you say to the world?
Well, kind of going back to that number one there, we all do come from different cultures, but we all have our own culture too that we can work together as.
Yes.
And really what makes our culture is all the diversity in the culture.
Yes.
What we do today. So I guess my advice is that we as a society, I guess, we really need to grasp the fact of what we're teaching our kids and what we're bringing people up these days.
Yes.
You know, it's weird because I've actually seen kids today do things that my dad would have smacked me or whooped me really quick, you know. And I'm not saying that I really agree with the spanking or whooping. I don't have really opinion on that type of thing, but it worked back then is basically what I'm saying. There was something that worked that generation was doing back then that raised up workers.
Yes.
You know, so we need to really look at what we're teaching, what we're leaving on the table for the next generation.
Yes.
And I guess probably be a better question is what we're leaving on the table, is it even worth picking up?
That's all right.
You know,
yes.
Is the next generation actually going to pick up what we're teaching?
Yes.
Is it the right stuff? Is it the right things to do? So, you know, that's something I've dedicated myself to. You know, I want to be able to teach our next generation to do better.
Okay.
Leave something that's worth picking up on the table.
I like that.
So,
But I like that, and I thank you, Les, for coming out, taking time out of your busy schedule to come out to be a part of this ministry, is to, like you said, to reach out to our community and bring us together, you know, bringing unity within our community and being as one. You know, is it worthwhile taking off the table? And if not, let's put something positive on the table that every generation can pick up and move on and utilize.
Exactly.
So I greatly appreciate for your time and effort.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate